On this adventure, we're in Vancouver, British Columbia playing Pokemon Go. Specifically, we have 5 activities that range from biking to hiking, all the way to exploring insane waterfalls and rock climbing, all while trying to catch a shiny Pokemon.
This is crazy. Oh my God.
This video is going to be insane, so don't go anywhere, and let's get right into our Vancouver 2023 adventures. So we landed right around midnight, and my cousin graciously offered to pick us up from the airport. You'll get to know him well throughout the week, but just know he's an absolute goofball.
That's kind of good.
After a much-needed rest, though, we were up the next morning for our first adventure. So my cousins wanted me to start off the week with a warm-up, so we started with a 10-kilometer bike down this beautiful path. Overall, the views were scenic and the ride was smooth. There's something truly special about this place. However, once we made it to the end, unfortunately, I found something quite sad out.
Made it to the end of the trail. No internet though. Thought I would be able to catch a shiny, but unfortunately, no. Thought there was gonna be internet.
To add to the fire as well, both of my cousins had fallen on their asses on their rollerblades on the way down. I didn't get it on video, but it happened a bit like this. Nonetheless, this meant I had to switch with them for the 10 kilometers back. Now, I have not rollerbladed since last time I was in Vancouver, which was 6 years ago. Look at me, I'm literally a little baby here. And my cousin's giving me a refresher how to do it didn't help. This might end horribly wrong. I strapped up the blades and it was time to go. And who knew? I got the hang of it pretty quickly. Now, I was officially warmed up and ready for the adventures ahead, and my cousins had no intentions of keeping it relaxed today. So day 2, we were headed to the mountains for a 2.5-hour hike into an overnight camping session.
That escalated quickly.
The boys put some pain relief on their cuts, and we were off. Now for a city boy who lives in one of the flattest cities, this hike was absolutely insanely hard for me. However, there was internet along the way, which helped out as playing Pokemon Go kept me distracted from my legs who were experiencing heavy pain.
Dude, there's a Pokemon out here. Yo, in the middle of nowhere and there's a Wingull. Pokemon Go, bro, you play it anywhere. Even in the forest.
Nonetheless, we continued the hike, and it only got harder from there. I had to put down Pokemon Go.
An hour and a half in, I'm trying to realize how unfit I am. Hiking is not easy.
But finally, after 2.5 hours of intense hiking, we made it to the campsite.
We made it. I made it. I don't think it's a big deal for you guys.
I was completely exhausted, but proud with what I had accomplished.
This Pokemon here. Darn it, it's not catching. There you go. Call it mountain. Not a single thing to be seen though in the distance. Okay, well, let's enjoy the night.
We ended the night with some beans and bread for dinner, because my cousin forgot the hot dogs, and some s'mores for dessert on the gas stove as there was a fire ban. This was definitely not healthy because these s'mores literally tasted like gas. As the sun set, we headed to bed tired, but fulfilled.
Good morning from our beautiful campsite here. Had a great night of camping. Open up Pokemon Go. We should have one daily spawn here, but as you can see, literally the middle of nowhere. But let's see what our daily spawn's gonna be here. Darumaka. Not a bad little spawn there.
Now, after 2 days of intense activities, this day was one to relax. So we head down from the campsite in the morning.
And we're off.
Now let me tell you, the way down is much easier than up, and we made it down in only an hour and a half. For the rest of the day, we really just relaxed and chilled as we needed to prepare for what the next 2 days would bring. After a day of relaxation, my cousin Bennett was ready to throw me back into the adventure that is BC. So we headed down the coastline towards Squamish for our adventure of the day. We stopped at a few beautiful spots along the way with fantastic views.
Yeah!
And even stopped at some spots to play some Pokemon Go.
Okay guys, we're here at Porto Cove. No Pokemon spawns, but we do have something I've never seen before. Pokestops that are actually on the water, Birds of Sound, and then also the other one is Lonely Ocean. No Pokemon, but a beautiful place. We're heading down to Squamish for the day, see what Pokemon we can catch.
Nonetheless, after a quick taco lunch, it was time for the adventure of the day. My cousin had heard of this hike for a while called Crooked Falls, a beautiful waterfall in the Squamish Valley, about an hour and 15-minute drive outside of Vancouver, plus an hour and a half hike. After we had heard about it, we were hooked and we wanted to make it up there, and also try to play some Pokemon Go up there. Luckily, this hike was not as tough as the last one we did, although it was still pretty difficult for me. But slowly, we made it up the mountain, enjoying the beautiful viewpoints along the way, until finally, we made it to Crooked Falls.
This is crazy! Oh my god!
Although the internet was really slow, I was actually able to play Pokemon Go up there and play a little bit.
Yo, we got a Frillish! Yo, right by the water. It's actually crazy. It's loading right now.
Woo! I even caught a Frillish, which I now named Waterfall. I know, creative. With the waterfalls being explored, I call that a mission accomplished.
It was actually there, dude. It was a baby, though. Why would it be alone? There's definitely a mom nearby.
So this clip was us after seeing a bear about 100 meters in front of us go into the woods. I had never seen a bear before, so we slowly pulled up to get a closer look where it had gone back into the forest. But unfortunately, it was long gone. I'm sorry I wasn't able to record it, but it looked a little something like this. My cousin thinks it was a black bear with brown fur, since that's a thing that can happen. But from what I saw, it was a small bear with golden skin shining off the sun, and seeing that we earlier passed a sign saying we were in grizzly territory, it was probably a grizzly. I actually should be happy we didn't get a closer look, because this video probably wouldn't be a thing if it was indeed a grizzly. Anyways, moving on. Now today was the day. I had tested my limits all week to prepare myself for this day, playing Pokemon Go while rock climbing off a cliff above the ocean. Hopefully this goes well. To be honest, I had never rock climbed a real rock wall and haven't been indoor rock climbing in over 6 years. This was definitely going to be an adventure. Nonetheless, we headed down to Lighthouse Park where the climb would be. It was a short hike in, and when we got there, we had to wait a good hour as there were other climbers already on the wall. But when it was finally our turn, my cousin prepared everything while I watched and had no idea how it worked.
Dude, those are not gonna fit over your jeans.
Yeah, they are. This isn't my first rodeo, baby.
When all the lines and stuff were set, hopefully, we headed down to the bottom where we would start. Let me make this clear. This place was no joke, as you literally had to scale down the side of a cliff to even make it to the start. We called it a test before the test. To add to it, it also looked like it was about to rain, which made speed an important asset since you cannot climb rock walls in the rain. Once everything was set up, my cousin Angelina was first up to test the routes. She had climbed before, so this wasn't too big of a problem for her, and she made it up no problem. As she made her way down and the rain was moving in, it was my turn to climb since my cousins wanted to make sure I get a climb in. So my cousins hooked me in, gave me some liquid chalk to chalk my hands up, and it was time to go. I may look excited, but I was really nervous in this moment, seeing this was the real deal. This was nature, and the only thing holding onto me was a single rope and some clips at the top of the line. This wasn't no cushy indoor gym, but I knew I had to do this, and the discomfort would be worth it.
Okay, well, I'm trusting you.
After a good 4 minutes of climbing, I made it to the top of the climb with an insane view. I am not one for heights, but damn, this was beautiful and felt absolutely insane. While I was up there, I pulled out Pokemon Go and was even able to catch a Galarian Zigzagoon.
Let's go.
There it is, successfully playing Pokemon Go while rock climbing. I finally headed down feeling accomplished and proud of myself. If there's one thing this trip has truly taught me, it's that going out of your comfort zone is really what matters in life. And although sometimes it can be really, really scary, it's those moments that are truly the most fulfilling. On my trade ride to the airport to catch my flight out, I even ended up catching a shiny Galarian Zigzagoon, so we didn't even end up leaving BC empty-handed. This trip was truly one to remember. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this adventure, and remember, follow for more tips. Peace!